Good morning to all. Am I audible? I think I paused my audio. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Once again, a very warm welcome to the fourth session of digital signal processing. Today, in this class, we will try to understand the few examples how to solve or how to obtain the DFT of a given sequence. So, let us start with the session. What about other guys? Only 44 students have joined till now. So it's a quite very important information. Like if you miss the class, so probably you may not able to connect with my further classes. The reason is individual every day we will be solving the new examples, and if we don't understand the today's class, again you will not able to understand the next class. More of this subject is on mathematical oriented, so you need to understand the different important equations, how to solve and how to analyze those equations as such. Okay. I'll start sharing my screen here. Kindly acknowledge me once you able to see the screen. Okay, guys, can you able to see the screen? Can you able to see my screen here? Any one of you can unmute and talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this was our last discussion where the fundamental concept of Fourier transform. So where most of the times, or it is very common that we apply the Fourier transform in case of the aperiodic signal, and after application, once you apply the Fourier transform to any aperiodic signal, the frequency analysis of that particular signal will be continuous time signal, and it is periodic with period 2 pi. This is what in the last class we have seen, and we could able to understand the sampling frequency sampling of the DTFT signal. So the frequency sampling of DTFT gives rise to what? DFT, right? So this is what we have understood in the previous class, and we could able to get to know the equation for x of k. So this is given by, so x of k is equal to n runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of n into e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n kn. So this is the very important formula for discrete Fourier transform or DFT equation. Okay, now in order to find the reverse of this IDFT, same thing, you need to go for x of n, so that we will discuss in the later point of time. Okay. This is what DFT equation is all about. So finding DFT, we call it as analysis relation. Inverse, obtaining the inverse, we call it as a synthesis relation. So this terminologies you should remember, that's it. Okay, so x of k is given by summation n runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to the power of minus j 2 pi a by n k n, where k runs from 0 to n minus 1 once again, and inverse of that is equal to x of n is again equal to, so we need to divide this by samples, n number of samples, so that I can able to obtain the x of n. So which means that my input must be x of k here. So in order to find out x of n, what is required here? X of k is required, right? What is x of k? It is a discretized signal. So again I want to reconstruct this. So here this is also discrete signal, and here also this is also discrete signal. So once again, in order to obtain the discretized signal, again I should apply the summation itself, right? So x of k e to the power of, so instead here this will be 2 plus e to the power of plus j 2 pi by n kn, right? Where n runs from, so this is x of k, this equation is x of k. So the limits of this summation will be from k runs from 0 to n minus 1, and individual signal I need to obtain, that is small n. So again this small n runs from 0 to n minus 1. So this is the equation for IDFT, and we are considering the n number of samples to obtain this. So I divide this by n. So that is where we got 1 by n summation k runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of k e to the power of j 2 pi kn by n, right? Again, the very important point here is we define e to the power of minus j pi, this equation in the equation we have n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n kn, right? So this equation, so we represent e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n k is equal to wn to k, where n stands for n point DFT. How many points you want to obtain, that is how many samples. So CTFT is a DTFT is a continuous time signal. From the continuous time signal I am trying to obtain some samples, and in turn I am calling that samples as a discrete samples, and it is obtained for calculation of by the calculation of DFT. So hence I call those samples as a n point DFT. Okay, if you not able to understand, I'll just write here. Look at this, guys, this is very important point. Unless you understand this, so you may not able to understand why x of k is going to be a discretized signal. So this is our x of omega. What is this x of omega? DTFT signal. You know that DTFT signal is a continuous time signal, right? So now what we did here in the last class, so we took individual samples, right? So we took individual samples for the period of one cycle. Okay, so this is, since this is a periodic signal, it is necessary and sufficient to analyze the one cycle, and the rest of the cycle will be same. Okay, now what we did in DFT, we did that for the cycles we considered is 0 to n minus 1. So instead of minus infinity to plus infinity, practically, which is not at all possible to analyze from minus infinity to plus infinity, somewhere else we have to go for finite numbers of samples, and finite numbers of samples we consider that as a n number of samples, and if I consider 0 is my first sample, then last sample is n minus 1. Fine. So this cycle, one cycle is of 2 pi, and individual samples. So I sample these signals, continuous signal with n number of samples again. So what is the distance of one sample to another sample? Since the entire cycle is 0 to 2 pi, we have considered the one full cycle, then this will be 2 pi by n. So that is what the frequency, so that is delta omega is 2 pi by n. So of such, how many cycles we are considering? N for n number of cycles, that is, this is k equal to 0 cycle, 0th cycle. Similarly we go for k equal to first cycle, and similarly we go for k equal to second cycle, and the last will be k equal to n minus 1 cycle, right? So from 0 to n minus 1, what is the value of x of k? Now we are calculating x of k from where? From x of n, from x of n, and we know that it is the DTFT signal is x of omega is equal to summation n runs from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n k. So this is 2 pi by n, sorry, 2 pi by n. This is the uh, DTFT signal. Now what we did here, we split this omega. Split this omega is nothing but sampled the omega. The omega is frequency. Omega talks about the frequency. What type of frequency? Continuous time frequency. So we split this frequency in such a way that, so individual sample is of size 2 pi by n. Of such, how many cycles are there? K number of cycles are there. Okay, so that is equal to, now what is the length that we are considering? Instead of minus infinity to plus infinity, I am considering that sequence of x of omega from 0 to n minus 1 samples. So there, which signal? Yes, of course, your input signal x of n e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n into kn. So this is how we could obtain the DTFT to DFT signals, right? So what happens here? My x of k is nothing but sampled version of DTFT. Do you agree? So this is DTFT signal. It is DFT signal, which is nothing but sampled version of my DTFT signal. So this is very important point. So when you obtain the sampled version of DTFT signal, so in this case we are trying to avoid this e to the power of j 2 pi by n, and we try to replace this by wn. So once again, so where when I say that n point DFT, here onwards we will be using this word more and more often, n point DFT. What do you mean by n point DFT? So those many points of DFT points you need, those many discrete samples you need, that is what the meaning. Okay, so if the x of n sequence is having 4 points, then I need I go for DTFT. Instead of going for DTFT, then I should go for sampling this sequence. Now I don't go for DTFT. I avoid this step. Directly there is an equation for me to obtain DTFT, discrete sample signals. So and then that is the method called DFT signal. How many point I am going to take? N point TFT I am going to take. What do you mean by N point there? N point is nothing but N is a numeric number. If say for example N equal to 4, which means that 4 point TFT, 4 discrete samples are required across the output side. So that is the meaning. So here in this equation, let me write this equation. Summation n runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of n e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n k into n. Now this is the equation. We try to write this entire term and we try to replace this with w n to the power of k. Okay. So what happens with my equation? What happens to the final equation? So x of k is represented by summation n runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of n into e to the we replace this by wn. See, entire including minus. Look at this very important point. Including minus I have taken. So wn to the power of k and this n as it is. Is that clear? Now we will understand what is WNKN and how we will replace while solving the problem. That part you don't worry. Okay. For our simplification, we try to once again simplify my DFT equation with replacing e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n with Wn, and this is called as nth root of unity. Nth root of unity. Why it is called as nth root of unity I will tell you, but it is also called as, this is also called as twiddle factor. This is also called as twiddle factor. Okay, so now look at to your what happens to your DTFT equation. So this is what happens to your DFT equation? DFT equation is x of k summation n runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of n wn to the power of kn, where k runs from again 0 to n minus 1. Similarly, in the DTFT obtaining IDFT, inverse of DFT is x of n is equal to 1 by n summation n runs from k runs from 0 to n minus 1 x of k wn minus kn. So this is the new way of representing the DFT and IDFT equation. Okay, why it is called as nth root? Let me explain that here. E to the power of minus j 2 pi by n k n. What is this k? K is something I am going to talk about cycle number 0, cycle number 1, cycle number 2. When I have a DTFT signal which was a continuous time signal, I took only first cycle. Okay, then as when I take only first cycle, that is k equal to 0. When I take a second cycle, then it is k equal to 1. When I take a k equal to 2, k equal to 2, that is the third cycle. Similarly, if I take the last cycle, then that will be nth cycle. So what happens to k value here? For nth last cycle, if I consider when k is equal to n e to the power of minus j 2 pi by n, k is again, what is the value of k? K is n. Okay, and this n is as it is, small n. So look at this, n and n get cancels. What is the value that you left with? E to the power of j 2 pi by n. Okay, now this is what w of n when k equal to n. is it not? So I'm trying to write what is this. I'm replacing this with wn capital N to the k value I replace it with by capital N. So now what happens? Look here. How do you write this in the trigonometric function? Cos of 2 pi n minus j sine 2 pi n. What is sine n pi? It is all the time 0, right? Cos of 2 pi, cos of 2 pi is how much? So whatever the factor that is going to be multiplied for capital N is always multiplied by 2. So it is nothing but cos of multiplication of 2 pi. So cos of 2 pi is always how much? Put it in chat box. How much the value of cos of 2 pi? Minus 1. How come? Yes, it is 1. So the value of cos of 2 pi is nothing but, see here, cos 0. Okay, cos 0 is how much? 1. Okay, when you come to the 2 pi, which is nothing but we are encircling 360 degree. 360 degree is nothing but 2 pi. So cos 0 is equal to cos of 2 pi. Hence cos 0 is 1. Cos of 2 pi is also 1. So now cos of 2 pi is equal to 1. So therefore, when n for nth cycle, for nth root, the value of this is unity. Hence it is called as nth root of unity. Okay. So that is the meaning why we call it as nth root of unity. When you put k equal to nth cycle, the value of wn to the power of n becomes 1. That is very simple and straightforward. So we'll go to solving few examples, guys. Here, find the DFT, n point DFT of DFT signals. First one is, so this is first example and this is second example. I will solve first example, second example is left to you, that you should solve it. Okay, now let me take up the input. So input is defined as x of n equal to del of n. What is this del of n? X of n is equal to del of n. What is this del of n? What is delta of n? You might be doing, right? In the mathematics, it is called as impulse function delta of n for n equal to 0. So it is going to be defined as 1 when n is equal to 0. So which means that if I go for delta of n minus n naught, which means that delta of n minus n naught value will be equal to 1 when n is equal to n naught, right? So which means that for all the values of delta of 0 is equal to 1. It is only that is going to be defined. So for all the values of 0, delta of 0, the value is 1. So here also the delta of 0, it should become delta of 0. When this value becomes 0, if you put n equal to n naught, in this equation, if you put n equal to n naught, what happens? Delta of n naught minus n naught. So once again delta of 0. So that time the value of delta of n minus n naught becomes 1. So that is what the meaning, right? So it is nothing but a impulse function or a impulse signal. So delta of n is going to be defined as, in this case, delta of n is going to be defined as 1 when n is equal to 0, 0 the other cases, right? Now let me find out the value of delta of n, which is nothing but what is that? N point DFT. Okay, x of n, delta of we know that x of n is, if you take DFT of this, we know that this is x of k. So now what is the value of delta of n when you apply a DFT? For that we will find it. So now look at this, x of k, let me now apply the formula here. X of k is equal to summation n runs from 0 to n minus 1. Just a minute. So this is x of n into wn to the power of kn. So this is what the definition, right? So where k is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Okay. Now x of k is equal to uh, summation n runs from 0 to n minus 1. What is x of n here? X of n is nothing but delta of n, wn to the power of k. So since the delta of 1 n is defined for n equal to 0, for all the values except 0 it is 0, right? So it is going to be defined for n equal to 0, that is k times what is small n? Small n is also 0. For all rest of the cases, the value delta of 1 or delta of 2, or for all the values the value is 0. So no need to write this summation, right? So I take only this one, and once again, what is the delta of 0 value? 1. What is wn to the power of k into 0? Wn to the power of k into 0 I have. So once again, this is nothing but wn to the power of 0, and that is also equal to 1. So what is the value of x of k for delta of n equal to, for delta of n the DFT is 1. Is that clear, guys? This example, very simple example I took, as it is a first example for you. Now you try to solve this particular example, okay, on your own. Okay, right now I am not solving this. If you have any doubts in solving this, put it in Google Class or in WhatsApp group. Later I will try to help you. So now we'll take a second example. Compute n point DFT of a signal x of n equal to a to the power of n. Can you solve this? So what is x of n? X of n equal to a power n. I think there is an internet disconnection. So let me reconnect.